So far in our Hermeneutics 301 course, we have studied and begin studying the grammatical and historical interpretation of Scripture. We have made the distinction between the grammatical historical approach and the allegorical approach. In that distinction, we studied for one entire lesson the history of the battle between grammatical and historical versus allegorical. The last several weeks we've been drilling down on the grammatical and historical interpretation, particularly historical analysis. And we've talked about how to do a historical study of a particular book in the Bible. And you are currently working on a historical analysis of the book of Matthew as part of your final exam. For this for this week and next week, we're going to be studying the grammatical study of Scripture. Now, next quarter, you're going to be writing for me, an entire exegesis, which involves a paper with a historical and grammatical interpretation. In other words, your paper will involve a historical study and a grammatical study. So for the next several weeks, we're going to be working on the fundamentals of a grammatical study of Scripture. We're going to be looking at three fundamental areas in grammatical interpretation. We're going to be looking at the syntactical study of the Scriptures, a lexical study of the Scriptures, and a morphological study of the Scriptures. A syntactical study of the Scriptures is studying the sentences and how they break down. We'll discuss this more in our PowerPoint presentation in this lesson. A lexical study is a word study or a dictionary. It's when you study words by using a dictionary and studying their parts of speech and their definitions. A morphological study is the study of how words change. In other words, if we look at the verb look, then we want to change that from present to past. We say looked. Looking, looked. See, we change that word morphologically, and that's morphology. Those are the fundamental areas in a grammatical study, and those are the areas we want to unpack over the next several weeks as we prepare you to do a grammatical study of Scripture.